Hey guys, Foxdrop here. Welcome back to our Road to Master, where it's currently the pre-season again. We're playing Flex Q again. This is the second part of our placements today. So if you cast your mind back to the last episode, we went 3-3 so far. So we're 3-3 in our placements. We played 6 games and we're completely split down the middle. So the aim of the game today is to try and get something a little bit better than, you know, negative. So let's try and do better than 3-7, shall we? And yes, that is Shad. Already falling off the bed. Fantastic stuff. We're 30 seconds into it, Shad, and you've already got in the way. So today we're starting the game off, starting the day off today by playing some Graves. Graves is someone who I really sucked at ages ago. Like, Nidalee and Graves are 2 champions I just couldn't play. I sucked at them. But I thought, you know what, if I suck at it, let's turn my weakness into a strength. So I've been playing a lot more Graves, trying to practice him. And, you know, I've actually had some decent success on him. So I've been enjoying Graves and I've been playing him some more. So if you see some more Graves, that is why. Because I'm trying to bring him into my arsenal again. So also a reminder, guys, I've launched my second channel. Just launched it a few days ago. There's also a giveaway for $200 of RP. The link to my second channel and to the giveaway are both in the description. All you've got to do to enter the giveaway is follow the second channel. So pretty easy stuff. But either way, this game here is off to a pretty good start. If you look at the kills, it's very equal. In fact, it's dead equal right now. So this game isn't a stomp in either way, which means that however I play is going to be quite important to impact the way that the game goes. But so far, I'm 5-1-1, so it's a pretty good start, honestly. To be honest with you, if you're doing really well as a jungler and you're still equal in kills, that often is quite surprising, because it's like, well, the jungler, the person who roams around the map to make plays, is doing really well. Which means that the team must be doing pretty well as far as the pressure goes. There's a lot of pressure being put on the map, but we're still not really turning it into anything. We're still not really having too many, you know, it's not like the teammates are getting the advantages that I'm giving them, but not really doing anything with it. And that's something you see a lot in solo queue. Now, I'm not just trying to cuss out my teammates by saying something like that. I'm just saying, like, this is just solo queue. You know, you have to deal with solo queue all the time, and this is just one of the things you have to deal with. However, having said that, despite the fact the kills are pretty equal, if you take a look at the map, you can see that I've got a lot of towers as well. I say I've got a lot of towers because I've actually taken a lot of these towers myself as well. Like, this is what you want to do to try and snowball your lead as the jungler, and something that I've been trying to do more of myself personally is I want to try and roam when I've got like kills and stuff, when I feel like my team's doing well, or not even necessarily they're doing well, but just in general, if I see the opportunity to do so, I try and push down towers, because I think towers, you know, they're really important. Like, kills are great, but towers are the objectives that you want, and towers really enable you to snowball. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's Shad sitting on my lap, just doing his little shaddy things. Aren't you, Shad? Well, lovely little doggy. All right. So what you're seeing in these clips here, like, this game is kind of been developing into a win for us. But having said that, we're also finding good ways to throw. All right, Shad, there you go. Which is, again, something that you're seeing a lot of in solo queue. You can see my reaction down there in the bottom right. I know I've overstepped a little bit there, and I'm throwing a little bit too much right now. Now, you've got to be careful. You don't want to throw too much. The best way to avoid throws is to group up with your team and to try and take Baron. If you're winning, that is, of course. Which, well, you would be winning if it's a throw. And, you know, I know people say that Baron is sometimes risky to do. Oh, don't do Baron. We're winning. We don't need to do Baron. I actually have an opposite opinion here. Look at that flash on the stun, by the way. Beautiful. I have an opposite opinion. If you're winning, I actually think you should take away Baron, because I think if you're ahead, then if you go for Baron, unless you do something really stupid, it's going to end well for you, because either you can bait and make the enemy team kind of face check you so that you can then start a fight that way, or you can just take the Baron and then use the Baron to push down minion waves and all that lovely business. So I think the takeaway Baron is kind of important, and you can see that this is us. Baron is not on the map right now, and as soon as Baron has disappeared, it's no longer an objective for us because we've already taken it. We're actually starting to blow the game open a little bit as well. Talk a bit about my build as well, by the way, guys. This is a build which I saw someone take on Graves when he was in my game, and he did really well with it. Like, he did really well with this build. And this build is that where he goes Red Smite into War Enchant, into Black Cleaver, into Bloodthirster. I actually think this is a really solid build. I really liked, like, this game. You can see I'm having a lot of success with it, at least. But the Black Cleaver early really just gives you tankiness, which is useful, because that is the thing with Graves, is that none of his item builds really make him that tanky. You kind of get semi-tanky, I guess, if you go for a lifesteal build like Death's Dance, or maybe Phantom Dancer has the damage reduction in those 1v1 settings. But to be honest, you don't really find Graves has any tanky builds, which isn't obviously a big deal because he's an AD carry. He isn't a tank at the end of the day, but he is someone who wants to get in there and make plays and start fights. And if you're not getting your hands dirty on Graves, he doesn't have a lot of range, you're doing something wrong. So I find like having a little bit of health is really useful on him. Still, solo queue being solo queue, we are 34 minutes into the game and we are dead even in kills again. The throws have just not stopped this game, honestly. But here we go with the epic team fight with an Ez who's actually got his decent item build now. And this is the disgusting thing about Blue Ez. Once he gets his items, look at that mop up, quadra kill. Not even that much help from me either. All I did was tank the stun from Syndra, but outside of that I did nothing really there. Absolutely nothing. And Ez just like popped off all by himself, so that's good. If you have an AD carry like Ez who can do that kind of stuff, then you're lucky, because that's really useful stuff. But still, we're trying to end the game here. What I'm doing now, just being chased by the enemy team, is really pretty good actually, because it means my team can actually get stuff done in the bot lane, which you can kind of see on the minimap there, and a cheeky 1v1 on the gangplank as well. Not dying, very close to dying, but not quite dying, so that's good stuff as well. And again, with this build that I've got now, the lifesteal build, I can just like, I was on 0 health there from that fight with Gangplank, and then I just take a jungle camp, I get lifesteal for my war enchant for that as well, take the mid lane and just push this mid lane down, and boom, I don't have to recall and I can stay out in the fight. It's all good stuff. And that is the end of our first game, boys and girls. First game of the day, putting out the victory. Pretty good stuff. That brings us to a total of 4-3, 7 games played, 4 victories. We're in the positive for now. For now, we could still muck things up, but for now we're in the positive, and that's all that matters, right? Being positive, that's all good. Now here's a bit of a twist for you guys. I'm playing mid lane in this game. I actually didn't I play mid lane like a few episodes ago? I played Lissandra, but Lissandra isn't really my best champion mid. I only picked Lissandra because I can get carried on her because she has a lot of CC, which is exactly what happened last time. I didn't do anything, I just got carried. But Oriana was someone who I'm actually champion mastery 5 with Oriana, because I practiced the crap out of her last season just in normal games, playing with friends, because I really wanted to learn how to play her, because I don't really know why actually. I remember watching Bjergsen play her on stream and just thinking, this looks like a champion who, if you're good on her, is an absolute terror. And I kind of think that's true as well. Like in my experience, playing against good Orianas has always been really painful. So I wanted to learn Oriana. And she's just someone who's like really safe as well. Like you can farm her, you've got a lot of damage as well. Sadly though, bringing into our 8th game here, this is a remake game. Pretty boring stuff. So yes, loads of action coming through in that game. But having said that, pop off to our next game here, and it is the exact same matchup in mid. I'm playing Oriana and this guy is playing Talia. The same guy playing Talia as well. So just think of the last little remake there as kind of the beginning of this game here. So this is the 1v1, the early 1v1 right here, which I think that I've got a pretty good advantage in, because Oriana's passive, the clockwork wind up. Look at my face in the bottom, by the way. I'm not happy about that death. I'm not happy about that one at all. I thought I had the advantage because of the auto attack advantage you get with your clockwork wind up on Oriana, but the thing is, like, as soon as Talia went in on me, she leveled up to level 5. So she not only got like the extra heal from leveling up, but she also got the fact that she was level 5. And the fact I thought because I dodged her E and her W, I thought I would have that, but sadly, basically the levels in the early game are just like everything. Levels increase your base stats, and yeah, you can just like win fights by being. If you're the high level, chances are you're gonna win the fight, like 90% chance. So I really needed to respect that a bit more. But sadly, last game was a remake game. This game is I believe this was like 2 people DC'd in this game. So not getting good games at all right now, like really terrible games. And I don't, like, this is flex queue. I don't really take this queue seriously right now. I'm using this more as practice for when I start climbing in solo queue, when I actually make the proper push for master tier. And these, you know, I don't really care about getting free wins. Like, free wins are, I guess, better than free losses, but both of them suck because you don't learn anything. Although, having said that, actually, I did learn a little bit in the lane phase, because I learned that I sucked. You know, I failed in the early lane phase, and I learned what to do in that situation. Don't fight someone that is going to level up on you. So that's a victory. So we're now 5-3, I believe we are. Moving on to the next game here, Jungle Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix being, in my opinion, one of the best junglers in Preseason 7. I think he's really strong right now. I like to evolve QER on him, but I have seen someone actually evolve R first. I was playing in solo queue with like a master tier Kha'Zix who was really good actually. He was a really good, he played really well. And he evolved his ulti first. I think he went RQW or something like that. He didn't even get his E. It was really strange. Like, it was really peculiar. I don't really know the logic behind that one. But, you know, he did it and did really well on it. And he said it's like what you're meant to do. So maybe that's, you know, maybe that's something. I honestly, I personally struggle to justify that. But whatever, he did well on it. So food for thought at least. So this game on Kha'Zix, I'm having a pretty decent amount of early game pressure and impact. But like I was mentioning with the Graves about going for towers as well, I am going for the objectives like you saw in bot, and also like you saw in top there, where I tried to go for that objective. I wasn't able to get it because obviously didn't have any minions, but still. And like even mid here as well, like just playing around where I think I'm going to be able to get the pushes, because my team was like stomping this game. Like, look at the kills. We're like stomping this game really hard. And that's what you want to do when you're stomping. You just try and play towards the towers and the objectives. Like, that's what you got to do to snowball games out. That's what you got to do to close games out and to avoid throwing. Just don't play for kills by themselves. Instead, play for objectives and specifically towers. If you can push down towers, then it's much easier for you to win a game. But outside of that, this game is kind of boring to watch. Shad is being a pain in the arse, so let me go and deal with him. Go on, Shadwell. Out you go. Oh, your action. There it is. Okay, fantastic stuff. But yeah, not much to say about this one. It's like this is kind of like there've been some really one-sided games in this session, which is a bit. It's kind of good, I guess. Like the wins are good, but at the same time, you always have that slight sadness where you just think my luck is going to turn against me soon. Like if I'm getting fortunate to have these one-sided games, I'm not getting completely carried, but I'm not really having to carry myself. If I'm getting these one-sided games, then yeah, you know, some that's gonna go against me soon. Now you might be recognizing the name of this Lee Sin right here, Exile. I don't know how you want to pronounce this guy's name. I pronounce it Exile, but you know, I could be wrong. LCS mid laner. We actually got into champion select. He had jungle, I had mid, and I was like, yo, you're an LCS mid laner, do you want to play mid? And he was like, nope, I want to play jungle. So he took jungle, and now I'm playing mid. I'm playing Oriana game, practicing my Oriana. Playing against a Talon as well, which is not a great lane matchup. Playing against an Elise as well is very good in the early game. High pressure jungler there. Pretty tough one for me to play against, but I'm having a pretty good start to the game, honestly. I think I'm playing some of these. If you look at the skirmishes and look at my my macro movements, I think that's honestly one of the biggest differences that I've been doing so far. Just like in general, when I've been playing pretty well recently, is that the movement of my characters is really smart. Like on the Graves games, I had a lot of jukes to dodge out like Syndra Stuns and whatnot. And in this game, my blue suede shoes kind of get me out of trouble as well, where I'm able to dodge like Elise Cocoon specifically just by being smart about my movement. Now, this is probably the ballsiest play you'll ever seen Oriana make. Just like a complete tower diving. Well, not complete tower diving, but chasing the enemy under the tower to get the kill. But sadly, knowing that there's no way for you to survive because the whole enemy team is collapsing in on you, so can't really do too much there. But still, my score isn't too good this game. But if I ever press tab and if you can see me like pause the video when you see me press tab and just have a look at the CS numbers and that kind of stuff. Like my CS was really good this game. And yeah, like I was doing pretty well still this game, and it's good when you can have good CS, because what that means is that at least even if your team isn't having, like, we're not like getting stomped by any means like that. I'm not trying to cuss my team out by saying things like that. I just mean in general, if the game isn't going too well for you, which isn't really, to be honest, so far. Like we don't have a lot of pressure in top, we don't have any pressure in bot, so it's not really a good game for us so far. But at least if you have decent farm, it becomes an easier game to play, because it means that you individually can have a lot of impact in that game. It's basically just like as if you're fed with kills, except you're fed with farm. Now this is a really good positioning by the Elise here. Like this Elise played really well this game. This Elise was by far the enemy team's best player. And just look at the damage this Elise puts out on us without actually dedicating, just by poking us right here. So she knows that she's not in a great position to help her team, but instead she just throws out like spiders on us and just chunks us all down really low. And if her team was able to do a bit more there, then she did exactly what she needed to do right there. Like that was pretty smart in my opinion. But here the fight doesn't end there though. The fight's going on. It's still going on, and I'm just like bricking it right now, just trying to help my Olaf, but at the same time trying to contribute to the fight here. Having to pop my flash. I know there's a blast pod there, but I wasn't quite in range for that. And this is this thing, you can see my teammates spamming the blast cone, just like, get out, get out. But I'm like, no, I'm not going to leave my Olaf. I believe in him, I have faith in him. Olaf on 0 health is an unstoppable machine. And there it is. We whip it out. So a play like that is pretty much, I mean, now we're evening kills right now. We're evening kills right now. So this is the comeback coming in, boys. This is the comeback. We're looking to bring it back. I've got Riley's as well, which means I can try and kite this Aurelia a little bit. I'm not really hitting her with my balls, but that's because I'm not really sure where she's going. And also on top of that, I'd probably want to buy a dinner first before I do such a thing. However, Elise, again, this is really smart Elise. The Elise who's playing really well this game. She just waits for us to chase down Aurelia. She just waits in the wings and just chunks me out and kills me. Like, just solos me completely. It's like, that was quite smart positioning. Now, this is like dumb positioning by me though. I see my team is being chased by the enemy team, so I'm like, oh okay, my team's being chased, let's see like if I can get in here, see what's going on. But Aurelia wasn't actually like chasing up in our jungle, she was waiting for me, and what I should have done there was I should have flashed immediately. As soon as Aurelia started walking towards me, I should have just immediately flashed away, popped that flash, just to completely negate that initiation, because off of that they get Baron, and you can see now we're 10 kills down. Like, these guys are doing ridiculous amounts of stuff right now against us. Just pretty much all from that one play, to an extent. Like, we were trying to make the comeback, we weren't winning that game, but that one play there where we get caught in our jungle, I don't know who got caught, like someone on our team got caught in the jungle, but then I get caught in the mid lane as well. Just like two really dumb free deaths. If I was paying more attention to who was actually fighting, I probably should have had more respect for the fact that someone could have been waiting there for me, as Aurelia was. And sadly, I don't manage to whip out the win in this game. And honestly, I can only have myself to blame. Like, I played decently though. I remember the post-game lobby on this screen. I had the highest damage on my team. I had the highest farm. You know, I still feel like I played pretty well, considering this is a very good, like, the quality. Obviously, there's an LCS player in my team, you know, so obviously the quality of the game is relatively high. So I'm still proud of the game. Didn't play too well though. Didn't deserve to win. But still, that ends the placements as well. So we finished 6 and 4. I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, 6 and 4. I'm 90% sure it is. And this actually places us into Platinum 1 as well. You're not going to see it, but we got placed in Plat 1, which is pretty high. That's like the highest you can be, so not too bad. Either way, thanks a lot for watching this video, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to give me that thumbs up. You can subscribe to me for more League of Legends content. Don't forget to enter the giveaway if you are interested in it. But most importantly, thank you so much for watching, as always. And I will see you in my next video.